What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Jinder Mahal to feud with Tony Khan, are the WWE releases over, real reason for WWE releases, another top WWE star injured, Becky Lynch returning early, plus much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now, let's hit the intro and get on to our first story. Jinder Mahal to feud with Tony Khan? Topping today's news is a new report from PW Insider Elite, who has revealed the backstage reaction to the WWE release of Jinder Mahal. Mahal's release this weekend came as a huge surprise, as although Mahal was barely used on WWE TV, he was still a former WWE champion, and he was even involved in notable segments with top names such as The Rock and Seth Rollins just a few months ago. According to PW Insider Elite, among a few WWE talents, there's a running joke about Mahal potentially feuding with Tony Khan on AEW Dynamite this summer following his release. This joke obviously stems from the infamous beef Mahal and Khan had on X earlier this year. It's unknown if AEW have any significant interest in the former champion, yet there's certainly a story to be told of Mahal becoming All Elite. Are the WWE releases over? Hearing news that WWE talents have been released is never good to hear, but thankfully, it looks like they've come to an end. PW Insider is reporting that as things stand, no more talents are expected to be released from the company. Real reason for WWE releases. Fightful Select has provided a new report detailing why certain talents were released this weekend. According to Fightful Select, internally, the releases were cited as budget cuts. Fightful were told by WWE higher-ups that it was a combination of not appearing on TV and their upward trajectory based on progression, as well as how long the specific talent had been with the company. Fightful's report makes a ton of sense, as all the names that were released weren't exactly regular features on WWE TV. Wrestlelamia wishes the best of luck to all the released talents. Big change to how WWE talents are being released. There have been positive steps taken by the new WWE regime to make sure the released talent are treated with respect. A new report from PW Insider Elite states, "The word among talents is that the calls to those who were cut were very different from the past. We are told that the calls were far less curt and more apologetic and respectful towards the talents than they had been under previous talent relations regimes. This is a welcomed step forward, as it was well documented in the past just how awfully WWE handled certain releases. It was only a few years ago that Mickie James, who is a legitimate legend in the wrestling industry, received her WWE belongings in a trash bag." Backstage reaction to new tag team titles. This week on SmackDown, Triple H revealed SmackDown's redesigned version of the tag titles. It's safe to say that WWE hit a home run with the new design, with some fans on social media even calling the titles the best-looking title belts in years. According to a new report from Fightful Select, WWE talent unanimously loved the new WWE Tag Team title designs backstage. Fightful Select's report also adds that the new titles have been produced for quite a while. Another top WWE star injured. This weekend, it was revealed that former world champion Seth Rollins recently underwent knee surgery and is expected to be out of action for some time. Now it's been revealed by PW Insider that another WWE star is also injured, yet is pushing through the pain. PW Insider reports that Drew McIntyre is currently working hurt. McIntyre suffered a badly hyperextended elbow during his match against Rollins at WrestleMania 40 2 weeks ago. It looks like McIntyre won't be taking time off WWE TV, and he is continuing to wrestle on WWE's UK tour. Wrestlelamia sends out best wishes to both Rollins and McIntyre, and we wish them a speedy recovery. WWE advised against bringing back Uncle Howdy. WWE are moving forward with the return of Bo Dallas as the Uncle Howdy character. Teases for the return of the character have been broadcast for several weeks, and it looks like the return is imminent. The return of the character will allow Dallas and WWE to pay tribute to Bray Wyatt, yet one wrestling veteran, that being Dutch Mantel aka Zeb Coulter, says that WWE should act with a degree of caution. Speaking on his podcast, Mantel stated, "Well, Bo Dallas, needs help. He needs a lot of it. And this could backfire in their faces big time. It has to be done, I'm sure, in a certain way, but I don't have an idea for it all. I know they are looking to pay homage to Bray, but that might be a bigger task than they think. So we'll see what they do. I'll judge it only at the end." Do you think WWE bringing back the Uncle Howdy character is a smart move? Let us know in the comments below. The Undertaker gives Triple H his flowers. The Undertaker has had a close bond with Triple H for over 2 decades, and The Undertaker has now spoken out regarding the game's leadership in WWE. Speaking on the 6 Feet Under podcast, the dead man stated, "It's just a different time period. Decade by decade, everything changes, and Triple H is able to relate and get his message and his vision across to today's talent. That's key to being able to have that open line of communication, which I think most talent feel like they have with him, and a trust level. Just his ideas alone, they're modern. They're with what's going on in society." It's great to see the dead man give Triple H his flowers, and The Undertaker shares the opinion of the overall fan base in regards to the positive influence the game has had on WWE. Becky Lynch returning to WWE TV early. It was reported and expected that following WrestleMania 40, Becky Lynch would be taking time away from WWE programming. However, it looks like WWE have called Lynch back early, as she is now advertised for the Women's Title Battle Royal set for tomorrow night's Raw. The confirmed competitors for the matchup are Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, Maxine Dupree, Chelsea Green, Natalya, Katana Chance, Indy Hartwell, Zoe Stark, Kaden Carter, Candice LeRae, Shayna Baszler, Tegan Knox, Piper Niven, and Ivy Nile. Logic would assume that the 3 favorites are Lynch, Nia Jax, and Liv Morgan. Morgan would make the most sense from a storyline perspective, yet Lynch is the biggest draw in the women's division, so it would make complete and total business sense to give her the gold. Matt Hardy won't be returning to WWE. Wrestling veteran Matt Hardy has been teasing a WWE return and a potential involvement in the upcoming Uncle Howdy storyline. However, Hardy won't be returning to WWE. Last night, Hardy made his shocking return to TNA, and Hardy will once again be using his broken persona in the promotion. Hardy's return came at the Rebellion event, and it looks like he's set for a world title push as he attacked world champion Moose and held the world title high in the air. It's likely that Hardy teasing a WWE return was just to generate buzz surrounding his name and brand. TNA bringing back controversial star. Speaking of TNA, they could be about to make one of the most questionable decisions imaginable. According to a report by PW Insider, TNA have had at least preliminary discussions about bringing Tessa Blanchard back into the company. Blanchard was accused of a number of incidents several years ago, including using a racial slur. This seems like a risky move for TNA, and the bad PR they will naturally get from bringing Blanchard back could be extremely detrimental to the company. WWE producer defends The Rock. WWE producer Shane Helms, aka The Hurricane, recently appeared on the Behind the Turnbuckle podcast, and one of the topics Helms discussed was The Rock's WWE return. Helms would address whether The Rock was taking anyone's spot on the roster, and Helms had a fantastic answer that shut the argument down. Well, first of all, Rock ain't taking nobody's spot. The Rock's spot is solidified. If he wants to show up, that's his spot. That's just how it's gonna be, and people have to recognize that. That's the same in any form of entertainment. You go into a comedy club, if Dave Chappelle shows up, somebody might get bumped. That's just how it's gonna be. That's just how it is. Did Roman Reigns change the wrestling industry? Our final story today looks at recent comments from Cody Rhodes on the SI Media podcast, who gave endless praise towards Roman Reigns and even stated that the former champion changed the industry. If I could put myself in his shoes, he knew that his run had been generational, that he had changed the industry, which very few people can say they changed the industry. You can count 10 people in the last 30 years who changed the business. I think he knew that he could walk out of the ballpark knowing the ball was still sailing, and WWE is going to be just fine, if not even better. We await the return of Roman Reigns. It's clear that Rhodes has a ton of respect for Reigns, and just like Rhodes, it's evident that the fans are already anticipating Reigns' WWE return. On this week's SmackDown, the "We Want Roman" chants were thunderous, and this obviously adds to the speculation that Reigns is set for a babyface run when he returns to the company. Reigns has been WWE's top heel since 2020, and Reigns turning babyface would be a bold move, yet Reigns has been operating on such a different level that it would be interesting to see how he would be presented as a babyface act under Triple H's leadership. There you have it, folks, the wildest news, stories, and rumors you need to know. Don't forget to leave your comments below, and I'll see you next time back for some more wrestling content.